All right, this is the last episode in identifying and avoiding toxic relationships. And the initial question that a student asked me was, how am I able to remove myself from toxic relationships without being the bad guy or without being the bad girl? So over the last couple of weeks, we have looked through from Proverbs chapter 20, Mad Gas, a series of toxic relationships: the manipulator, the addict, the deceiver, the gossip, the arguer, and the slug. The last couple of days, I've given you some strategies. If the group is not entirely bad, but it's a little bit toxic or maybe even a little bit more toxic, but you can't fully escape, you can seek to diversify your friendships or dilute the group by adding more people in. But sometimes you just have to realize that a group is poisonous for you and you have to get out. That this group is not salvageable. It is taking you in a wrong direction. It is making you a worse person. You become like the people that you spend the most time with. The proverb says, he who walks with the wise becomes wise, and the companion of fools suffers harm. So you sometimes just got to cut bait. And so let me give you just a couple of potential ways that you can do that. First one, and this is kind of funny, but I think it's worth using. How do you get out? Number one, throw your parents under the bus in a good way. This is something you do in collaboration with your parents. Sometimes, man, it will go so far in your relationship with your mom and dad if you go to them and say, hey, I realize that these friends are really bad for me to hang out with, but I'm really having trouble breaking free. So can you help me? Can you be my excuse where you ground me, you forbid me from this group? Can you help? I had to do that one time with a friend when I was younger, and I went to my parents. I was like, hey, can you please ground me? Because I can't get away from this person and I don't want to be around them anymore. So my parents laughed and they grounded me, and it was the most pleasant grounding of my life. But sometimes you throw your parents on the bus. If you're still in the household, throw your parents under the bus and explain why. Don't just badmouth your parents, but ask your parents, to help you and set up parameters where you cannot be with these people. And then just go to those people like, look, my mom and dad said this. Sorry, I'm out. I know it stinks, but you know how parents are. So that's one. Another strategy is start doing good things that they don't like. One way to remove lying addicts and slugs from your life is start spending your time doing worthwhile things. Get involved in service projects. Spend more time with your family or your church family. People pursuing darkness don't like the light. And so if you will start doing kinds of things that honor God that they don't like, they'll probably not want to be around. And then finally, sometimes you just have to be a bad guy, be the bad guy, be the bad girl, and cut your losses. Why? Because he who walks with the wise becomes wise, but the companion of fools suffers legitimate harm. In the end, you can't always get out of a toxic relationship with a bad guy or a bad girl, because sometimes people are just mean and they're manipulative, and the relationship is toxic. It's poisonous. So when it's all said and done, I'd rather be rude and remove myself from a poisonous relationship than politely stay there and kill my reputation, kill my opportunities, kill myself in the long run. So I don't mean literally kill myself, but I mean sabotaging my life. I don't want to do that. So here you go. Throw your parents under the bus in collaboration with your parents. If you're in the household, and you can do that. Start doing good things that those kind of people aren't going to like doing, and they'll want to spend less time with you. Or just cut your losses. Be the bad guy, be the bad girl. They're going to talk bad about you, but praise God, you'll be away from them and you can move on with your life. That's hard, but doing the right thing is sometimes hard. And sometimes you have to realize you have no easy in front of you. Being with this group is not going to be easy because you are going to suffer. Breaking it off from this group is not going to be easy because they're going to be mean, but at least at some point you'll be free. And the Lord will restore you, and he'll reward you for trying to honor him in your relationships. That's all I got. I hope this has been really helpful. It's been encouraging for me to remember to walk through. And next week we'll have a whole new topic. So we'll see you back then. Have a great weekend.